Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another episode of the Euro Cooking Canuck. I'm so happy that you're here with me today because today is a very special video. On this segment of Memories of Macedonia, I'm going to be sharing part one of my culinary adventure, my foodie adventure on my recent trip to Macedonia. So basically what I did this time around was I stayed in some guest houses and villas in different villages to get a feel of the true Macedonian cooking, which is slow cooking and organic cooking. I've chosen villas that actually do cooking classes if you're so interested, and everything is field to table. So guys, without further ado, I present to you my first villa that I stayed in the lovely village of Elshani. Guys, this is Risto'S guest house. Risto'S guest house is located in the charming village of Elshani, 850 meters above sea level. It's in a traditional large Macedonian home with a beautiful yard, garden, and surroundings. This place is pure relaxation. Immediately upon my arrival at Risto'S guest house, I was greeted with a welcome drink of cherry juice, homemade with cherries on top. This is the eating area. It was absolutely beautiful. Dinner started off already, guys, with peppers and tapche grapce and some pastries, taratur. Everything was homemade and fresh, guys. It was just beautiful. We also had some sarma, which is stuffed cabbage rolls. They were to die for. Of course, no Macedonian meal is fit without a salad. This was a village salad with loads of mint. It was beautiful. And everything is piled up on my plate. And of course, a dinner is not complete until you have a dessert. Beautiful, gorgeous desserts. Homemade. What kind of soup is it?
This is chicken soup.
Pileshka chorba, no?
Pileshka supa, bon appetit.
Hvala. Zdravje.
I think.
Well, why don't you tell us what you have here?
Okay, here are peppers with garlic. This is very typical here. You have two types of peppers. One is grilled and peel.
Yeah.
The other one is just cooked.
Okay.
So I just give you two to try, two different types. You have this bread with vegetables here. Here is zucchini. You know what zucchini is. This is sarma. We call this taratur. It's cucumbers and yogurt and a little garlic. This is chicken meat. This is village salad with a lot of menta tea, tomatoes, garlic, and peppers.
That's beautiful. Now this here you said with the bread with vegetables. What do you call it?
This we call it komat, but I don't know. I don't know the English word for it. It's with leeks inside.
Well, I want you to tell me the Macedonian word.
Well, it's called komat. But you know, in Macedonia, it's called different in every
Different
village.
things. That's true.
You know how we are. We have different accents.
That's true.
So you can figure out who is from which village just by accent. And we do have some different names for the same things.
Exactly.
So here in our village, this is called komat.
Komat. And this is a feast for a king.
For what?
For a king. Lots of food. Thank you very much.
Sometimes I have to ask twice because my English brain stops and my Macedonian brain opens. So it's still a different language for me. So I think this is the Poland. Are the same guest return?
The next morning I was greeted with freshly brewed coffee just the way I like it. Boy, oh boy, it was breakfast as spread, guys. This is for one person, believe it or not. Yes, those are 4 eggs scrambled. Beautiful fresh tomatoes from the garden, some bread, there was jams, there's beautiful white cheese and salami, and one of my favorites was this apple torta. It was kind of like an apple zalnik. It was absolutely stunning with cinnamon and sugar. We had some melon, of course, also for a cleansing of the palate. And guys, there's my plate piled up with my breakfast, and oh yes, I went back in for more. I was really dying for the opportunity to sit down with Anita when she wasn't so busy so we can chit-chat about her food. So the moment was right. We sat down with some Tursko coffee, and guys, Anita really is a character. She's lovely. And we just talked about not only food, but Balkan tradition. And guys, this was the conversation. We had a really good time. So pull up your chair, grab a Tursko coffee or rakia, and join us. So I am here in Elshani. I'm at Risto'S guest house, and one of the owners is Risto, obviously, and his charming wife.
Yeah, it's Risto. I do all the work. He gets all the glory. You know? I should change the name in the future after so much working.
It's a beautiful guest house, high up in the mountains, and the view of Lake Ohrid below. But Anita does do some cooking classes here. And first of all, Anita, how long has Risto's guest house been around?
Around 10 years almost.
10 years. And you're quite busy from April till October.
We are mostly, at the beginning, we have hikers, because this is the national park. We are in the center of Galicia National Park. And there are many hikers who come here. This is the only national park between two lakes, so it's kind of attraction around the Balkans, and lately Europeans a lot, they are coming.
Excellent.
So we start with hikers, then they stop around 15th of June, because then it's getting hot and it's hard for hiking. Then we have families who goes to the beach, mostly from Poland and Holland, and mostly from these countries. And after that, after 15th of September, when the weather gets fresh again, the hikers are returning. So they come in the big groups. Some of them staying mostly 3 days. Some of them has this culture like the French hikers. They first their luggage comes around 9 o'clock in the morning, but they are coming just before dinner, because they walk from one beach to another.
Wow, amazing.
And they just come around 6, because usually dinner is around 7.
Right.
So it's really interesting for them, because they go only to the villages and only buy food.
Wow.
But their luggage comes.
The luggage comes. So let's talk about dinner then. I enjoyed a beautiful dinner last night, and you cook everything, and you grow things in your own garden.
Yes, I cook everything. I just need somebody to clean. I'm not after cleaning so much, but I do love to cook.
So tell me, what's a typical cooking class like? What you teach?
Depends. Mostly we teach how to make these like pies, you know.
Okay.
I don't know how you call it.
Like zelnik or
yeah, but I teach, we call it in a joke, of course. I teach them how to make, we call it nationalistic pie.
Okay.
It's not because, Balkans, half of us are very nationalistic, but not me. And that's because when we do, the dough, and then we put butter on it, or margarine, whatever you prefer. And then we, because our flag is with the sun,
Yes.
how our flag is. And then we create like a sun in the dough. And then we, you call the rice, you call those?
Sun rays.
Sun rays, yeah. And then we put all the rice above each other.
Okay.
In that case, how we make layers of the dough. And that's how it's very like puffy, you call it?
Puffy, yeah.
Yeah, so for most of the guests, this is very interesting recipe. Most of the time we do this. Sometimes they want to do field peppers, I don't know. I have this experience with one American guy who were doing the same recipe 5 times, field peppers,
wow.
because he wanted to impress his girlfriend in America. And we did it 5 times.
My God.
And then he calls me from America and he said, well, Anita, your magic is not working here. It's not the same. I said, if you do, she said it was good. She didn't realize it, like his girlfriend. But I said, baby, you use different products. We have different water, different peppers from the garden.
Yes.
So it cannot be 100% the same. But as long as you know the way of cooking that, and at least you can create something.
Right.
You have to be creative with food.
And Risto was telling me in your garden you have pretty much the staples like tomatoes and peppers and parsley and...
We have mostly everything from beans to corns to
I saw the corn.
carrots to potatoes to tomatoes, peppers.
Wow.
What else? Cabbage we have.
Oh, wow.
Grape, we have vineyards, we have wine.
The wine.
From wine we make rakia.
And the rakia I had last night was very, very good.
It's very strong.
It was very good, and I loved the hint of anise in there. It was beautiful. So what is your favorite recipe to cook? Whether it's for yourself or for your guests, or what Macedonian recipe is your favorite?
Mostly we cook like, it's not pure, maybe Macedonian is like a Balkan thing,
Yeah.
but we do cook sarmas and other stuff, yeah.
And do you use, do you pickle your cabbage to make it kisla? The cabbage?
Yes, we do it with this cabbage that we put in the salt, and it has to stay there a long time until it gets soft.
Yes.
And then you put rice and vegetables, sometimes with meat, depends what you prefer.
How you like, yeah.
So that is something like typical from. Also, now it's too late because you see those leaves over there where the grape is. This vineyard here, I keep it just for sarma. But now it's too late because the leaves are already too old. So until 2 weeks ago, we have been doing sarma from leaves.
From the grape leaves.
Yeah, from the grape every day.
Right.
But now we will continue with sarma from cabbage because leaves are very hard now.
Yes.
We use them while they are still young.
Still young, yes.
Yeah, but not anymore. Yeah, now it's different sarma form. But we cook many things.
And that's pretty much your favorite is the sarma.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I really
My
enjoyed...
husband, for example, he likes beans. He can eat beans.
I love
like
beans. Me
like
too.
every day.
Me
but
too.
Me, I'm just after rice more. So everything that comes with the rice, I like it. Yeah.
The Macedonian diet is kind of pseudo-Mediterranean with lots of vegetables and fruits.
A lot of vegetables, yes.
And
always we have soup, always we have salads.
Always, yeah,
Always.
yeah. And
For
the
meals,
soup you
yeah.
had last night, even though it's summer, was very light and wonderful. It wasn't too heavy. It didn't make me feel...
Yes, today I make, maybe you can just take a look inside.
Sure.
I make a soup from cabbage.
Okay, let's go have a look.
So this is the soup from cabbage, you see?
Yes.
So today
Beautiful.
no meat. Yesterday was chicken.
Yeah.
Today only rice, cabbage and vegetables, of course.
Okay, so what do you call this?
Just soup, cabbage soup.
Like zelka soup?
Yeah, zelka in our language, but
Okay.
in English it's cabbage.
Cabbage soup.
I need to put some leaves in the end, but I will put them before serving.
Okay,
Now it's
so
too
they're
early.
fresh.
Yes.
Perfect.
So it's too early, yeah. Stay hot, that's why I will just open the rice for you to see.
Wow.
It's still hot. I have to close it because it's not finished yet. It has to
steam.
finish itself in the
Yes.
steam. So
Perfect.
that's why I cover it with a lot of things. And this is the meat in a sauce.
Oh, wow. That looks
And
good.
later, this is a pork. But for guests from Hungary, I have guests from Hungary today. I will do chicken for them because they wanted chicken. This is for the others.
Perfect.
Yeah. And later, also we do this. Let me just show you what zucchini you tried yesterday.
Yes, it was really lovely.
Those like breads that we eat.
Is this like mikitsi?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Right. Oh, they smell good.
Yeah,
She's
you
making
can take,
them-
but it's hot now. Be careful.
She's making them fresh over here.
Yeah. Just okay. So
Thank you.
we
And that's the
will
zucchini.
finish the zucchini later. Now we put them in the corn flour,
All right.
and then we will fry them with eggs.
Beautiful.
Of course, some peppers and other stuff.
So, yeah, tell me about the Turkish coffee.
My habit is always, I never drink coffees from the machines.
Okay.
Never. So I always drink Turkish coffee. This is all way how we drink the coffee. But me, because we are so social here, and every time some neighbor will come, and if you don't drink coffee with them, they will be insulted. So because then I have to drink, like, I don't know, if 5 women came 5 times.
100 cups a day.
Yeah, and that's why I find a solution. I put a little milk inside, so I pretend that I'm not drinking pure coffee. Otherwise, I can get a heart attack from. But it's really insulting if you don't, because coffee it's the reason to talk with people.
Yes.
So they mostly come for conversation, not really for talking, for drinking
Right.
coffee. And that's
To be
why-
social.
To be social, we call it for coffee.
Yeah.
And that's why you cannot say I don't drink. You have to drink.
That's right.
And I find a solution. I drink it with milk.
With milk, so you can drink coffee all
Because
day.
I drink a lot of coffee. Yeah.
It's very true. When I go see my teta in Skopje, the first thing she says to me is "Može coffee?"
Yeah, you want coffee? That's
So-
the first question they are going to ask you.
But
Because here in our place, in our let's say country, we have zero privacy.
Right.
That is something you don't have it here, or you are socially, or you leave the country immediately. Because people don't have to call you to come; they can call anytime they wish. It doesn't matter if it's 10 or 12 at midnight. For example, if they watch football, if they are TV kaputs, all of them will just show up and finish the football match.
you're a-
Also, they are very crazy Balkans about football a lot.
I think a lot of Europeans are.
Yeah, kind of. So.
And this whole social, I mean, in Macedonia, I find a lot of people sit around to drink coffee or have rakia or
Mostly
eat
to
something
talk,
and to talk. It's very
mostly to talk.
social.
That's why we don't have psychiatrists and shrinks.
That's a good thing.
Because here, if you say to somebody you should visit a shrink, that means he's already crazy enough. Because we have our shrinks every hour. They come for coffee. And then you talk. And they don't cost you much. They don't cost you much. They are for free.
That's for free. Free therapy.
Free therapy. So you complain about whoever you want, usually your husbands or something.
Yeah.
So we do talk a lot, and it's a
Excellent.
good. We say in our culture, for good or for bad, you need people. So for weddings, you need people. For funeral, you need people. That's why
For good or for
we
bad.
are good. We don't need really psychiatrists to make us company.
Exactly.
Also, in our culture, we say your neighbor is your first cousin.
Wow.
That means for everything, first you invite your neighbor, then your cousins, because your cousins are probably away from you.
Uh-huh.
Your neighbors are closer.
That's right.
So that's why for funerals or for weddings, for happy moments, or neighbors are the one that you have to share everything. And that's why first I invite my neighbor when I do something, because if I fall or whatever happens, life is not happiness every day. You
That's
have
right.
sometimes sad moments. And then you just, my neighbor will be the one or she who
To help
will
you.
run
That's
and
right.
help me.
That's right.
So in our culture, we keep these all phrases we say, but we keep it in our, use it in everyday.
I think that's beautiful, and it's something to
Yeah.
pass down to generation, teach your
Yes,
children.
yes. We Balkans follow these unwritten rules, but we don't follow government rules.
Oh,
That's why we don't have much discipline about it.
that's true.
We should learn that from our European neighbors.
Well, not all European neighbors. I don't know, but
But they are mostly, only Balkans are not disciplined. The others are okay. But I love Balkans. That's
me too.
That's how we are.
And who doesn't? I mean, look at the view here. My gosh, it's beautiful. And I just wanted to thank you very, very much.
You're welcome.
And I will definitely put the link to your Facebook page below on this video. And
Okay, but I don't know much about computers. You know that, so maybe I'll see it.
It'll be a way for people to contact you
Okay,
if they wish to stay here, and I will put your contact information, and you can give Anita a call or an email, and I'm sure she'll be happy to put you up in her beautiful guest house. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Fala, ciao.
Bye-bye.
That evening's meal was a cabbage soup. We had a chicken soup the night before, so we had cabbage soup tonight. Anita's always thinking of her guests, and it's little things like this that matter. Of course, we had some salad. There's a zelka salata, cabbage salad, and beautiful tomatoes with mint. Again, we had some zucchini that were battered with egg and flour and fried. Of course, we had some lovely taratur, which we had the night before as well, but I love it. Anita also cooked up the most flavorful rice and potatoes. Of course, she had her peppers, which were absolutely stunning. I could have eaten another bowl of them. And she made mikitsi, beautiful, fresh, homemade. And guys, you saw that in the video. Tonight's meat was a pork in a gorgeous sauce, and she decorates the plates so nicely. Guys, look at this plate, this placing. It's fit for a king. There's so much food. Night setting and the sunsets are beautiful over at Lake Ohrid. All I had to do was get some wine, homemade wine, and sit back and relax. I watched the sun go down and had a beautiful glass of wine and sat and talked with Risto, and we shared some rakia and some pivo, and the night was absolutely perfection. On my last morning, Anita gave me some homemade spinach zalnik, white cheese, salami, some plums, and 2 of those pieces of zalnik per person. It's quite a lot, guys. I also had a hard-boiled egg, some cake, of course, coffee and tea, and all the trimmings. Guys, it was a lovely stay, and here's your lovely hosts, Anita and Risto. I want to thank them so much. Guys, needless to say, my stay at Risto's guest house was an absolute highlight. Anita and Risto are amazing people, and I shall put the link below to their contact details should you like to stay at their guest house. I also want to take this opportunity now to thank Risto and Anita from the bottom of my heart. Falam Nobu, you really made my trip wonderful, and I shall be back. Thank you guys for watching this video. We'll see you next time on Memories of Macedonia. Ajde, prijetno. Hvala, čao.